Alright, so it's time to pick on myself for a change. I've had some recent inquiries to analyze my own golf swing, so here we go. I'm not going to go over every single part of my golf swing. That would take hours, but I just want to show you some things that I always look for in my golf swing and some things that I've struggled with throughout my years of playing golf. But I drew a little rectangular box around my lower body, and that's going to be important. I'll explain in a second. And also draw a line against my shaft and someplace up my left forearm. That's just going to show us generally the plane of how my club works. So when I take this club back, some things I've always struggled with was the club head getting too far behind me or too far flat, or in other words, the club head being too far here behind my butt. So I always struggle with trying to keep the club head more out in line with my hands at this position. So it's a little flat, but not horrible. Up we go. Again, this is just a brief synopsis of my swing, but here's where I really tend to get in trouble. At the top of my swing here, in an effort to create power, I guess from back when I was a kid, I tend to overuse my lower body. I really slide my hips laterally forward toward the target, and I really unhinge them way too soon, and that causes the club head, my arms, my upper body, everything to fall behind in relation to my lower body, and that causes the club or the shaft to get flat, and I have to save it with my hands at the last second. Kind of like how you hear on TV, you know, Tiger getting stuck. It's similar to that. I won't listen to too many guys on TV and their analysis of pro swings, but when they say Tiger gets stuck, it generally just means the club head is too far flat, or it's trailing behind his overall turn, and he has to save it with his hands at the last second. Okay, so in this swing I did a decent job. I come on down, and my hips, for me, aren't too overactive, which allows my hands and arms to get out more in front of my body, and allows me to swing this club head to the left without having to overuse my hands. Okay, in my not so good swings, we'll see my lower body more around. You'll see more of my back butt cheeks, and my right foot will come off the ground, and the shaft will fall outside of let's see, my shaft plane lines here. The club will fall someplace down here, and it'll travel out to the right, and if I don't save it with my hands, the ball's going right. And the trouble with doing that is sometimes I overdo it with my hands. I really flip that club head over to prevent it from going right, and that's when I get a hook. So actually, let me show you something I do, or I have been doing recently, just to help to get my hips to slow down and get my arms and upper body more in sequence with my lower body. I believe it's this one. Yep, okay. So I wouldn't recommend too many people doing this. This is I guess a higher level drill, but it'll show you the purpose of why it's show you the importance of why I don't want my lower body to spin out. Okay, so I got to stick against my hips here as I rotate the drill, and the challenge is when I come down, I want to make sure my hands and my arms fall down or work towards the golf ball before my lower body decides to spin out. So here, mission accomplished. Now my hands and arms are out in front of this stick here, which means my hips haven't rotated too quickly, they haven't shifted laterally too quickly or too much. So an impact here, there's no need for a massive hand flippage. There's no need to save it. Everything is falling in sync. Okay, so again, this is a short synopsis there's something else you wanted to see or ask me, or if I went too fast, feel free to shoot me an email and I'll do my best to answer you.